Hey everybody,
Hi,
how's it going?
this is the Fishy 92.9 webcast, and we're happy to be doing this. And to my left is uh, Ricky Sims from YM 92.5 Radio.
You had to think about it.
Uh, so, first, today we're going to talk about the Captain America Civil War trailer, and guess what that had in it? Spider-Man, and we got the new suit. We got the new suit for Spider-Man, and if you look closely at the Spider-Man suit, you can see that he has the eyes move just like in the comics, kind of like how Deadpool's eyes moved, and yeah, he had web shooters, like mechanical web shooters, and if you look really, really close, you could see that he even had like a spider belt that he kept his like web cartridges in, just like in the comics. Anything you wanna say?
Oh no, I think it's gonna be quite interesting. Um, there was this thing I saw, YouTube video. They was talking about that, and they said at some point they gotta let Spider-Man grow up and stop being in high school like for the rest of his life,
Yeah.
or being in school for the rest of his life. But you get used to a certain presentation. But I think it'd be interesting on how they do it. I just kind of hope that that scene isn't just something that happens at the end of the movie type thing, and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, no, it's not gonna be like Amazing Spider-Man 2, where he's fight the last good shot of him fighting the Rhino is gonna be at the end. It's gonna be that fight at the airport where they're fighting. It's gonna be a 15-minute long scene, and I think it's gonna be shot with IMAX cameras.
Yeah, but the fight scene may be 15 minutes, but that doesn't necessarily mean Spider-Man's going to be in it for 15 minutes.
Well, yeah.
It could be after the fight and kind of wind down a little bit.
Well, I think that it is. It might not be near the beginning, but if you watch the trailer, you can see that they're all lined up, and they're all still staying in their lines. So I think it's before they start running at each other, and I think it's before the scene where we see Black Widow standing on the like a container thing.
Well, let's pull that up because
it's right there.
Yeah, let's pull that up and we'll listen to it because I don't remember when they were coming at each other, seeing Spider-Man included.
Well, yeah.
So it's very possible the impression that I get is he shows up after that.
Well, I think that it's during that because when he calls Underoos, which he calls Spider-Man, that's when they're all lined up.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's play the trailer. We'll listen to it, and for those watching the video, we're just gonna have the trailer playing, but we'll see what happens.
This job, we try to save as many people as we can. Sometimes that doesn't mean everybody. But you don't give up.
New York, Washington, D.C., Sokovia.
Okay, that's enough.
Captain, people are afraid.
That's why I'm here. We need to be put in check. Whatever form that takes, I'm game.
I'm sorry, Tony. If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
I know we're not perfect. But the safest hands are still our own.
I was wrong about you. The whole world was wrong about you.
not the one that needs to watch their back.
This doesn't have to end in a fight, Tony.
You just started a war. Stay down. Final warning.
I could do this all day.
All right, I've run out of patience. On to ruse!
Hey, everyone.
So you saw that because you noticed when they were coming at each other, right? It was like, okay, but Spider-Man wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And then when he said, "Okay, I'm tired of this," or whatever he just said at the end, he had his helmet off, and it was like his eyes were bruised. It gave me the impression that they were done fighting. That's the impression I got. So I would.
But I don't think they were done fighting because War Machine was standing behind him, and you could see from the sky and the way that everything was that when War Machine got shot out of the sky, that gave me the impression that it was in the same area. So I don't think that I think that the fight. I think that happens before the fight happens, because War Machine's standing right behind him, and War Machine gets shot out of the sky with his helmet still on.
Right.
Because as you saw, that Iron Man took off his mask after he got shot out of the sky. So I think it's before the fight happens. Where we see Spider-Man. But I understand what you're saying, because the only two people that were there on Captain America's team was Captain America and Black Widow. Well, at least the only ones that we saw were those two.
Yeah. Let me see if I can let me just rewind this a little bit.
This job.
Go. All right, no, because we can see it's Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Bucky, Captain America, and Falcon. But then when we look at, let's see, Iron Man's team, it's hard to see. All right, so we got Iron Man, Black Widow, War Machine, right there.
We have Iron Man, War Machine, Black Widow, Black Panther, and Vision.
Right? Then we got Iron Man, Bucky, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, and Scarlet Witch. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got his helmet on, they're going to go fight. And if you look at where they are, when they go to fight,
mm-hmm.
there's nothing around them. So when Spider-Man does that thing, and he got a shield, so when Spider-Man does that thing and land on top of a vehicle, we know it's not here. So it's got to be after this, after all of this, that they ended up somewhere else in this whole parking lot, right? He ends up taking his helmet off, and he's all beaten up and bruised. And they end up next to probably one of these vehicles over here. They don't really say it. So,
well,
right. Hold on, real quick. I'm sorry.
On the roof!
All right.
Hey, everyone.
You see that? So the impression that I get is that happens after they run at each other.
But then if you look at, where is it?
You know, where you shot him at the sky, right?
No, where Iron Man's talking to Captain America.
Whatever form that takes, I'm game.
I'm sorry, Tony. If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it.
He's even got the bruised thigh.
Sometimes I wish I could.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
Because he's even got the bruised thigh
Can't ignore it.
right there in this scene.
Right. Which still could be after that fight. This could be a conversation. This scene right here is obviously not the same one
As
where he
one
was saying
sometimes I can't ignore.
Yeah, he can't ignore it.
I know that.
And this could very well be well after that fight, not necessarily before. I mean, the trailer isn't necessarily in chronological order.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, with every scene, so this very well could be after that fight. That bruise could be after, because if we notice, he's got the bruise here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the only other time we see, like right here, when it was actually talking about it, he's not bruised. So we know that this peaceful conversation or peaceful disagreement that they were having was before the fight. 9 times out of 10, this scene here with the bruise is after all of that. You know, and so when we come here, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one here, if this part right here, where he gets shot.
But if you look at his mask when he says Rhodes, when they show Tony Stark, he's not bruised right there. When they show him inside of his mask,
you can't tell.
yeah, you can.
You really can't tell if his eyes are bruised. Yeah, it looked bruised to me a little bit. But it's hard to see because the display thing is kind of covering it. You know? So I can't tell if it's bruised or if that's shadow or, you know. But it's just hard to tell because the thing is covering it. I mean, I guess it probably can go either way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the fact that he got shot down, I would assume that this is what I think probably happened. This is after that fight. Vision switched sides because that's why Scarlet Witch, when she had him and he was, you know, not bringing him down, I think he ended up switching sides, and so then this ended up happening, and he shot him down, shot Rhodes.
Yeah, because the trailer makes you think that Bucky shot him down, but if you look at the way the sky is, it's not the same as when Bucky shot him down.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pause it and slow it down, you can see that's not a rocket or a missile. That's
Well, I mean,
energy
you
blast.
when you have to pause it or slow it down to see that it's an energy blast.
Oh yeah.
And there's the only person as presented with this whole Avengers and everything, the only person that's been presented who can do that is Vision. You know what I mean? If there were all the other characters of Marvel being introduced already, then it's feasible to say it could have been a few people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But based on weaponry or whatever their abilities are, right? But as it stands right now, the only person it can be is Vision. So I'm assuming, and I might be wrong, but you know, when we watch the movie, that I'm assuming this is after that Vision switched sides. It may not necessarily be immediately after the battle, but I'm thinking it's after that and Vision switched sides. You know what I mean? Unless Rhodey didn't die, this happened before, well before the fight, gave him time to recover. And when they showed the scene of him with the bruised eye, he was actually in the hospital with Rhodes recovering. And then when Rhodes recovered, then they went and had that final battle at the, had the battle at the airport. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to find out.
Yeah.